Welcome back to this week's Inside the Idaho Vandals, final football game of the year. When you get to the end of the season, what's the feeling with there's no more after this?
Yeah, it's kind of a empty feeling, I guess you'd say, a little bit, but we get to have, we get these last 3 practices and we get to go out there and compete in a game and do everything we can and hopefully show how much we've improved throughout the whole season and then have it show up on game day. That's kind of, one of our slogans is showtime, and it can't just show up in practice. It's got to show up on the game field, and so hopefully everybody can go out and have their very best game of the year, in the last game.
I know you've talked about consistency all year long, and you want to do the same thing. But do you get guys, maybe seniors, that know this is the last game, acting a little differently? Do they wander around? Oh, this is the last walkthrough. This is the last contact practice. This is the last. I mean, do guys do that?
Hopefully they won't. Hopefully we just keep improving, and we've kind of talked about that. Everyone's going to have a great attitude. Everybody's going to work hard and do things right, and those are the guys that are going to travel and go down there. And so, it's our last time of preparing, and hopefully it'll be the very best. We haven't had school this week, so should be the best prepared we are for any game. And kind of said it to them on Sunday night. Really, whatever team wants to win this game the most probably will, because you have all day long. You should spend all day long preparing for football. You should not have any assignment errors. You should get extra time watching tape on them, studying your own plays. And so we should go down there and have 0 assignment errors, and if we can just have great effort, then we should have a great game.
What's New Mexico do that may cause you some problems? What are they going to try and do to you on Saturday?
They got some good receivers. They got number 4 is a really good receiver. They spread the field, do a lot of those quick screens, a lot of quick passing game, and their receivers do a good job running with the ball after the catch.
Is it an offense where they're trying to get their playmakers the ball in space and maybe get one-on-one? Is that what it is?
That's what it's built around a lot. And then if you kick everybody out to stop that, then they'll try to run the read zone inside. So they're kind of about getting people in space, but they definitely have 2 guys they try to get the ball to the most, and so we got to make sure that we stop those guys.
What about on the defensive side of the ball? What's your offense looking at?
Defensively, they'll bring a lot of pressure. A lot of that's depending on what personnel you got in, how they're going to do it. But they've been playing hard. They've been improving, and so they'll change up the looks a little bit. But you pretty much know what they're going to be in by personnel, and then you just got to make sure you see the pressures and get to the right pressure checks.
You got another off season coming up. What would winning the last game do for Monday and beyond leading into spring football?
Oh, I think it'd be great. I think anytime you can show a win at the end of all that hard work, it just helps those guys buy in. And I think by spring ball, everyone that's here by then are all the guys that have bought in anyway, and it'll be more of a whole group of guys that only know this way anyway, so it's not different for them. But anytime they can see that it pays off and good things happen, which a lot of them have seen that individually, because Desmond Epps again, for instance. Hopefully, come after Saturday, he'll be the first 1,000-yard receiver we've had here in a long time, I think since '95. And, there's a lot of individuals that have seen themselves improve, but we need to have them see the whole team do it, and that would really help.
Talk about off-season workouts. We know it's a lot of weightlifting, but what is it, running and what's all involved in getting better without practicing, so to speak?
Well, there's you're lifting, you're running, you're doing change of direction drills, all this different things that NCAA-wise you can do legally with the strength coaches, but you can do a lot of the change of direction. Usually 2 days a week is kind of conditioning, 2 days a week is quickness and movement, change of directions, and a lot of those drills is what will help the players, become, better football players. And then they can spend time on their own, getting up there and studying film and improving, and then going out and doing the drills that we've done all season, on their own and getting better.
Well, year one, it's kind of a hurry up, get a class together and recruiting class. And I know you can't go into specifics, but year 2 has got to be a lot easier in putting a class together than, you get hired in December and all of a sudden you got to have guys in February.
It is. I think you do a lot better job of having a bigger pool that you're going to pick from. Sometimes your first year somewhere, you'll get a few guys though that end up being really good players that maybe you wouldn't have taken, and 2 of them that I can top of my head are Desmond and Mark, because some people probably shied away from both of them because they're a little smaller, than they thought. But when you first get in somewhere, you just kind of go by what you see on tape. You don't over-evaluate everyone. So I think that first year we actually had a great class, and they're going to help us lead us to great things. And now this second year, we just got to back them up with another class that every bit is good.
You like where your recruiting is going this year?
Yeah, December 6th and December 13th will be 2 huge weekends here on campus. So we got to have 2 great weekends right there, and we'll know a lot more about it after that.
So if we dial up the temperature like 60 degrees, that would help a little bit here, and you could tell them it's like that all winter long.
That'd be great, yeah.
New Mexico State this weekend, the final football game of the year. Coach, it's been a pleasure all season long.
Me too. Thanks you. Appreciate
so much.
it. All right.
Glad to see you again from a long time ago, and good luck this year and good luck in the off season.
All right, appreciate it. Have a good one.
Paul Petrino with us. He's been with us all season long, and we really appreciate that. We'll continue with more. A couple of brothers hooking up on the basketball floor, and we'll have that for you, plus plenty more when Inside the Idaho Vandals continues.